Okay, so here's a quick how-to on how to do today's lab. So in your groups, and most groups are going to have to do more than one of these groups of urchins, your ultimate goal is just fill out this data. So we're going to be looking at qualitative data, which is the color of the sea urchins. And I know it's a little hard to tell if it's dark, medium, or light, but if you flip through the other urchins on some of the other groups, you can clearly see that some urchins, right, are darker than other ones. So you can use that as a scale, you know, for your own chart. Do your best with how you are quantifying whether it's dark, medium, or light. And then you're going to be measuring the diameters of the urchins. So I would suggest for numbering, maybe just go down the groups. Like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's also 6 rulers in the groups so that everybody can grab one, you know, and kind of measure at the same time. Just be mindful, do not resize. You have to zoom in because if you resize it, the lab's you're gonna get funky data. So don't do that. You might have to zoom in about 200%. And then the diameter is just literally measuring across. So you want to get that 0 right at the edge. You know, and then you want to measure it. Right, so for this particular urchin, it looks like it's about 1.5 centimeters. Right, there's a 1, there's the half mark, so this is about 1.5 going across. So on my chart here for the first one, I'm going to put 1.5. Okay, you're going to do that for all of the urchins, and then at the end, you're going to take the average. So you do the sum total, so add them all up, divide by 6, and put your average there. Okay, once you get that data, you're going to put it on slide 9 for the group that it belongs to. Okay, so this is your average diameter. You can put your average diameter for all your urchins there. With your phenotype, meaning whether the urchins are dark, medium, or light, you're going to count. So you should put the numbers, you know, out of 6 of how many are dark, medium, and light. And then down here, find the percent. So remember, to find percent, you want to take your total number. I'm going to make this red to make it stand out. You take your total color number. So let's say you had 3 dark. You're going to divide that by 6 because you have 6 total urchins. And then you're going to times it by 100. Okay, and you're going to put that percent there. And then you're going to do the same thing on slide 9. Right, you're going to put your percents for that group. Okay, and then you're going to move on to your next group if you're doing that. Once we're done that, we're going to answer a couple questions. And then I'm going to have a couple volunteers to hunt, quote unquote, the urchins. And they're going to move the X's over the urchins that they personally would hunt if they were an otter. You're going to go back in your groups and you're going to note which urchins. So let's just say, you know, I'm group Ketchikan, and this is what the otters hunted in my particular group. I'm going to go to the Ketchikan slide, and then I see that these 2 were knocked off. So I'm going to just move the X's over there, right, the corner ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo my data. But I don't need to remeasure anything because I can just take my data from the first chart. So I know that this is urchins 3 and 4 were knocked off, so I don't have to put the data back for this one. And I would just put, you know, whatever it was in the first chart over here. Just be careful when you do your average, it's no longer out of 6. It would be out of 4. Okay, so that's going to be a little different for each group. Same thing over here, you're going to recount your phenotypes, but you're eliminating the 2 that were used in the hunt. Okay, and again, when you're finding your percent, your total urchins is going to be a little different. And again, that'll be different for every group, you know, depending on what the otters hunted. Yeah, but you don't have to remeasure, just go back to your table and put the data from part 1 in there. Okay, and then that's it. And then once you fill in these data tables, you're going to come back to this master slide here, slide 20, and put your group data on there when you're all done.